I have such an affection for this gospel passage. I have loved and been guided by this passage most of my adult life. For me, it has deep meaning, and I'd like to share that meaning with all of you. It starts with the fact that the word was out on Jesus. Wherever he went, he began to be recognized as the healer. He could make the blind see and the lame walk. So let's look closely at what happens when he visits Gennesaret. The lame were not there to greet him. The sick were not laying there waiting for him. Only the caregivers were there. The caregivers, those among the people who take care of those who are sick and not able to take care of themselves. And what did they do? They scurried around the countryside and brought the sick to be healed. They were not concerned first about themselves, but for those they cared for and loved. This gospel message is a message to all who are caregivers. Take care of those first who are not able to take care of themselves, and the blessings and grace of God will take care of you. Any caregiver will tell you that he or she gets more in return than what they give in caring for another. A very quick story. In 1990, I took a year off from regular employment and accepted a position as chaplain spiritual director for an AIDS house sponsored by the Diocese of Paterson in New Jersey. I was ordained 4 years at that time. I was nervous, oftentimes feeling that I was way over my head. But then I started to meet the AIDS patients, those who receive the virus through same needle drug injections, and those who receive the virus from same-sex activity. They were the ones who thought that they needed more than I needed them. They accepted me and shared their life with me. So many of them came from loving, incredible parents who were now watching the life of their child slowly and with great discomfort and pain slip away from them. I held their hand as they died, and their parents held my other hand. For some reason, God put me there as his intermediary. I was there to give them God's comfort and love as they continued their journey onto the next life. I don't have enough time to go into details, but I can tell you this. It was a life-changing experience. I came to realize how much I learned from them and how much they graced my life. I believe God wanted me to have that before I continued on the rest of my own journey. This morning, he says to all caregivers, if I choose you to care for a family member or a friend, do not worry if you are not capable or whether or not you will make a difference. I will be with you throughout the experience, and I will care for you. You are very special to me, and the work I call upon you to do will have great rewards here and when you join me in heaven. This I believed ever since my own experience. The caregivers I know and those I meet regularly receive a satisfaction in their lives that only can come from the grace of God. We know the grace of God flows abundantly to those who are sick, even hearing of modern day miracles. But we also know that the grace of God flows abundantly to caregivers as well. Today we celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes, and is also designated as World Day of the Sick. As we continue on with our day, let us pray to Our Lady to help those who are sick, and let us pray for God's army of caregivers who are answering his call.